Pleiades has to do with Halloween, the hallowed days. Because when the Pleiades are directly above on November the 1st, Halloween Day, we celebrate Halloween, the hallowed days, because the Pleiades and its sweet influence is directly above us. There's no sun to block out its light. We can see the crown jewels of the sky, the Pleiades in Taurus, on November the 1st. And the reason why they go around with the pumpkin heads and all the lights and holding up little fires and everything like that is because they say that the veil between the material and the spiritual world is thinnest at those days, because November the 1st is a cross-quarter day. Now do your homework about finding out and understand what a cross-quarter day is. There are 8 holy days in the year. 4 of them are the equinoxes and the solstices, and then the ones that go in between. Let me explain that to you. This is how they work. That's the cross. These are the 2 solstices. These are the equinoxes. And if you draw a line straight down the middle, here you've got March 21st. Here you have June 21st. Here you have September 21st. You can put 23rd if you want, doesn't matter, but it's because this is the funny day. This one's out, but these are always the 21st. Right? These are your 2 solstices, and these are your 2 equinoxes, and these are the cross-quarter days. Here you have May Day, May the 1st. Here you have November the 1st, Halloween's Day. And here you have December, February. And over here you have June, July. Is it July or August? June, July, August. The first, Beltane's Day. These are the cross-quarter days. These are the 8 holiest days of the year. I'll show you why later. So what he's saying, though, is very interesting, because they had a belief at the end of the 1800s that God lives in Alcyone, in the Pleiades. Now, when I teach you the science that I'm going to teach you that has been obscured and suppressed for about 3,000 years now, I'm going to teach you that over here, this is Aries, the sign of Aries. And this is Taurus. And this is Gemini. Okay? The Pleiades are about here. In Taurus, the Pleiades, and the Hyades are over here. Now we know from astrology that this is the head. That's the head of the man in the sky. This is the arms, the 2 twins, Gemini. Cancer is the chest. Leo is the heart, and it goes down. Aries is in the head, Pisces is in the feet, right? So the Pleiades, where God rules, corresponds to the pineal gland, and that is the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the top one, the top gland of our chakra system. Okay? It's the governor. It governs the whole endocrine system, our 7 spiritual organs, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But he goes on to say here, Alcyone then, as far as science has been able to perceive, would seem to be the midnight throne in which the whole system of gravitation has its central seat. Now, I'm not reading that to say to you that I believe that. I'm just showing you what people thought about our star system. For some reason, they all believe, and Sirius is here, so you've got Sirius about here in Cancer, and Gemini, it's sort of about here. Here is Orion, and here is Taurus, and there's the Pleiades. These are the brightest stars in the skies. This is the most wonderful story. If you watch these stars at night, there are no brighter than these stars. And over here is, Canopus is over here too, in Argo. From Canopus, the 2nd brightest star in the sky, to Sirius right next to it, to the 3 wise men in Orion's belt over here, to the Pleiades, you've got the most beautiful stars you'll ever see. And 2 of them are red. And they're both in Taurus. One is Aldebaran in Taurus, right? And Aldebaran, yes, it's in Taurus. It's the eye of the bull, the red eye of the bull. It's a red star, Aldebaran. And the other one is right next to it, called Betelgeuse, in Orion. Now I believe, because that's where the head is, I believe that, and I've got some sources that, some very ancient sources too, by the way, that they represent the two hemispheres of the brain, because those two red stars are in the head. Because as I'll show you later, the head is here. Okay guys, I want to progress. That's enough about the solar system, but I urge you please to study the solar system, make models of the solar system, understand the solar system, because it's in the knowledge of the solar system that a lot will be revealed to you that has been hidden, that must be known. It really must be known for your own benefit. Okay, so there are other reasons and other proofs that we're in a binary, and I'll have to give them another time because I don't have enough time. We're just running out of time. Now, in philosophy and in science, we have the Platonic Solids. Okay, there are 5 of them, and they correspond to the 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and ether. Right? Ether is known to be a dodecahedron. Fire is known to be tetrahedron. Now this is known to all Empedocles, Aristotle, all the Neoplatonic philosophers, Plato, Hermes. This is science. Okay. Now, in atomic theory, scientists know that atoms will take these shapes, these 4 shapes, right? The icosa meaning 20, water, so liquid atoms, and the hex has 6-sided. I do have a picture of that. Okay. So these are the Platonic solids. Okay. Tetrahedron, cube or the hex, octahedron, dodecahedron, icosahedron. Now, these correspond, a unit of fire is a photon, a unit of light. That's what the sun gives us, photons. And because of that, we have the process of photosynthesis, which sustains life. The sun, the fire, is the sustainer of life. That's the old philosophy. And it's new science too. You know, only a moron would not know that. The sun is our source, direct source of light in our natural solar system, in our nature. And the particle corresponds with the octahedron, the atom corresponds with the icosahedron, and the molecule corresponds with the hexahedron. Now, the reason I'm giving you this is that these are the 4 building blocks of the universe. Ether, which is invisible, is where these, the four sub-ether elements come from. They come from this. This is the origin, this is the cause, this is the effect. And this is how the effect takes place. Everything you see is an effect from the causal world. Now, you will notice 4s in everything. Alright, I'm going to give you a whole series of 4s. I can't dwell on them for too long because I'm already really lagging behind here. Our body is made up, 96% of our body is made up of 4 elements, 4 types of atom, 4 atoms. The nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon. That is 96% of our body. We have trace elements, we have other elements, but so you see 4. And nitrogen corresponds with fire, oxygen corresponds with air, hydrogen corresponds with water, carbon corresponds with earth. This gives us nitrogen, this gives us temperature, this gives us cohesion, this gives us motion, and this gives us solidity. We also have the 4 elementals of Paracelsus, the Vulcani, they are the fire elements, the Sylvestras, the air elements, the Undines, the water element, and the Gnomes, the earth element, or otherwise known as salamanders, sylphs, nymphs, and pygmies. We have